pay.
College basketball has never seen a bigger star than Caitlyn Clark.
And you know, it's true, there has been no one like Caitlyn Clark.
They said it couldn't be done.
She's a phenomenal player.
And when you've got someone who moves markets, you have to pay attention to that person.
The women have the headlines, they have the fans, they have the viewers. When the hell are they going to get paid?
That no woman in the WNBA would ever cross the $1 million line. Not as a rookie, not through salary, not without leaving the country to chase checks overseas. But just 2 minutes ago, history shattered.
Set an all-time record for total television viewers at 54 million. They set an all-time record for the number of telecasts that reached at least 1 million viewers. They had their highest total attendance in more than 2 decades, up roughly 50% from last year. This was the kind of season that WNBA executives never imagined was even possible.
Caitlyn Clark, the unstoppable rookie from Iowa, just became the first player in WNBA history to break the $1 million barrier in league-related earnings. Not hype, not projections. Paid. And this isn't just a financial milestone, it's a revolution.
She's the reason the WNBA just won the lottery. Without Caitlyn Clark, nobody cares about any of these players or the league.
One player in her debut season has changed everything. The rules, the expectations, the economy of women's sports, and the league will never be the same again. Caitlyn Clark didn't just sign a contract. She made a statement that rewrote the economics of women's basketball.
This was by far the best year the WNBA has ever had.
Who, by the way, I'm going to go there, who happens to be white and brought a level of attention and allure to the sport it had not received before.
While most WNBA rookies start their careers with a base salary under $80,000, Clark's arrival shattered that ceiling. Thanks to a groundbreaking combination of league incentives, national endorsements, and media-driven exposure, her WNBA-related income has now crossed the unprecedented $1 million mark.
She fills seats. She brings the cameras. She brings national publicity. We can lament it all we want to, but the fact of the matter is, Caitlyn Clark is box office.
For a player in her rookie season, that figure is unheard of. For Caitlyn Clark, it's proof that the game has changed, and she's leading the charge. Let's be clear, this isn't just about raw talent. Although Clark has plenty of that, it's about value, visibility, influence. When Clark steps on the court, arenas sell out, TV ratings triple, social media explodes. Her presence is drawing in fans who never watched women's basketball before.
Caitlyn Clark might be the first one to get up to $1 million.
Young athletes who finally see someone who looks like them dominating headlines, and corporate sponsors desperate to align their brands with her star power. And the WNBA is paying attention.
To speak to her, to be around her, she's got charisma, she's got style, she's got bravado, she's got class, she's smart as hell, communicates her thoughts very, very well. She is so incredibly marketable. I just think that she's elevating the profile of women's sports in a way that most women should deeply, deeply, deeply appreciate.
Her deal isn't a traditional salary bump. The league's salary cap is still in place. But Clark's total earnings now combine her WNBA contract, performance incentives, league-backed promotional deals, and a massive influx of sponsorships that are tied directly to her impact on the court and at the box office. Brands like Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm are all in, and they're not just giving her endorsement checks. They're building campaigns around her.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlyn Clark effect.
She's a wonderful player. She brought a lot of eyeballs.
I think one of the things I love about Caitlyn the most, do the thing that she knows everyone wants.
Caitlyn Clark is no longer just a rookie. She's a full-scale marketing force, commanding million-dollar attention in a league that's finally learning how to monetize a superstar in real time. It's also a wake-up call. For years, WNBA players have been forced to go overseas in the off-season just to make a livable income. Some earning more in Europe or Russia than they do on American soil.
These WNBA players playing overseas or playing in off-season leagues during their off-season because you're not making wages that are sustainable enough in the WNBA.
The entire Fever payroll is $1.2 million. That is less than the minimum salary for a single NBA player with a year's experience.
That narrative may now be shifting. Clark's breakthrough is forcing both the league and its partners to reconsider the pay structure, the business model, and the value of star power in a sport that has long deserved more. And here's the kicker. She's just getting started. This isn't her peak, it's her launch point. If she's earning this kind of money before even playing a full season, imagine what the next few years will look like. Imagine how many doors she's now forced open for the next generation. For the first time in WNBA history, a player isn't just setting records on the court, she's smashing financial barriers off of it.
But in addition to the jersey sales, Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. She deserves it. She deserves it.
Caitlyn Clark's $1 million milestone isn't just a personal victory, it's a reckoning for the entire WNBA. For decades, players have fought for basic equity in a system that has always lagged behind its potential. While the NBA enjoys billion-dollar TV deals, private charters, and max contracts reaching well over $50 million, WNBA athletes have been operating under a tightly capped salary structure, forced to juggle multiple careers or play overseas just to survive. Clark's explosive market value has exposed the uncomfortable truth. The league can generate the money. It just hadn't built the infrastructure to pay it forward. Until now.
Fanatics sold more Clark jerseys in 1 hour after she was drafted than any other sport or player ever.
Sponsors haven't just noticed, they've jumped on board. Her NIL, name, image, likeness, deals from college carried over seamlessly into the pros. But what's happening now is different. These brands aren't treating her like a promising athlete. They're treating her like a global icon. Nike has already pushed out special edition merch lines.
According to On3, her NIL valuation, meaning all of the money she made from her endorsements in college, currently sitting at $3.4 million. Nothing to sneeze at there. She was one of the highest paid college basketball players in that respect. But now she'll actually be getting paid to play the game in the WNBA, unlike collegiate basketball. She can also earn more money in the WNBA offseason through league sponsorships, up to $250,000 on a player marketing agreement through the league itself. There's also a $500,000 bonus split between the two Commissioners' Cup teams, as well as a $500,000 playoff pool.
Gatorade just filmed a high-budget campaign built entirely around her rise. And State Farm, a brand known for partnering with Chris Paul and other NBA mainstays, has featured Clark alongside household names, signaling that she's no longer just a women's basketball star. She's becoming a sports celebrity, full stop.
I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlyn Clark moment they have going.
The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlyn Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlyn Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlyn Clark.
And this isn't just about marketing optics. It's translating into cold, hard numbers. The Indiana Fever's home games have sold out at record speed. Away games, same story. Ticket prices for seats in the upper decks are skyrocketing across cities that haven't seen this kind of demand in years. Merchandise sales have already outpaced entire teams from last season. When Clark steps into a city, she moves the needle like few athletes in the world can. And the league knows it. She's become the WNBA's most valuable asset, and the pay she's starting to receive reflects that for the first time ever.
And guess what? It's going to change for the better because Caitlyn Clark's going to help it change for the better. All of a sudden, we're going to see A'ja Wilson. She may get some more shine because she's that good.
But what's most fascinating is the ripple effect. Other players are already benefiting. Younger athletes are getting more exposure. Fans who came for Clark are discovering stars like A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu. The league's overall popularity is rising. Broadcast deals are being renegotiated, social media followings are exploding, and the WNBA's online presence has never been more active.
Every fourth commercial would have had Caitlyn Clark. This is Caitlyn Clark walking down the street wearing a pair of Nikes, wearing a Nike shirt that says Caitlyn Clark. Anything. Her face would be everywhere with a swoosh on.
Clark didn't just kick the door open, she brought an entire audience with her. Behind the scenes, executives are having urgent conversations. For years, they've said change would come gradually. But Caitlyn has proven that change doesn't wait. It demands space, and when you don't make room, it makes it for itself.
The WNBA tried to capitalize on her popularity and crammed a lot of games in over a short amount of time, playing against the best teams in the WNBA.
Her $1 million moment has redefined what's possible for women in professional sports, not just in terms of earnings, but in how power is structured. The league is finally seeing that value and visibility aren't just connected, they're inseparable. And with Clark proving that in real time, the WNBA is standing at a historic crossroads.
The ratings were phenomenal because of Caitlyn Clark. But we all realize that Caitlyn Clark single-handedly is responsible for the WNBA mattering.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in.
Because now the question isn't whether one player can make $1 million. The question is, when will the league catch up and start making everyone $1 million athletes? As Caitlyn Clark continues to defy expectations, the league around her is beginning to shift. Slowly but unmistakably, the WNBA is entering uncharted territory, and it's largely because of one player's ability to generate unstoppable momentum.
There is a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever, and we found out that the Fever Storm game from over the weekend drew 2.2 million viewers, which is massive. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlyn Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch the game.
Her $1 million earnings didn't come through quiet negotiations or league policy updates. They came because her value was simply too big to ignore. And now that the numbers are out in the open, the conversation has changed from how to what's next. What Caitlyn has proven is that women's basketball doesn't need to wait for validation. It is the product. It is the entertainment. And when marketed correctly, with stars like Clark leading the charge, the demand is overwhelming. Media outlets that once treated the WNBA as filler content are now dedicating entire segments to her highlights, her interviews, and her off-court moves.
Franchise record for most double-doubles, three-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season, regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
Talk shows, podcasts, and even late-night hosts are name-dropping her as the new face of sports. Not just women's sports, sports. And yet, through all the buzz, Clark remains focused. No showboating, no arrogance, no distractions. She's kept the same steady demeanor that made her a college icon, showing up early, playing hard, leading with poise. That balance of marketability and humility is rare. It's why she continues to resonate across generations. Young kids want to be like her, college players want to compete with her, and pros know that she's raising the bar.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game.
Her presence has also challenged every corner of the WNBA's ecosystem to level up. Coaching strategies are adjusting. Opponents are watching more film. Teams are hiring PR firms to craft better visibility for their own stars. There's a new energy, a new urgency, because Caitlyn's not just drawing attention, she's raising the stakes.
You know, for whatever reason, they decide to get themselves involved, whether it is actually malintent or maybe they just want to get themselves in the headline. A lot of players got the spotlight this season because of Caitlyn Clark, not to mention just overall Caitlyn Clark brought millions, literally, more eyeballs to the league this season.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlyn Clark effect.
The best player in America, the best shooter in America. Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something. The WNBA was nothing before Caitlyn Clark.
And everyone knows that staying relevant in a league she's rapidly elevating means you have to bring more than just a solid game. You need presence, consistency, and performance at the highest level. It's no longer enough to hope that women's sports will grow over time.
This team is going to break so many records this year: attendance, viewership, merch sales, all of the things.
This was a preseason WNBA game. It is unbelievable what it is Caitlyn Clark does.
Whenever Caitlyn Clark takes the floor, that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball.
With Caitlyn Clark at the center, it's happening right now. Her $1 million breakthrough isn't just a personal milestone, it's a blueprint, one that shows every player, every fan, and every executive exactly what's possible when the talent is undeniable and the moment is finally right. Caitlyn Clark didn't wait for the system to catch up. She forced it to move. With a $1 million breakthrough in her rookie season, she's done more than make history. She's redefined what's possible for every woman who picks up a basketball. This isn't just about money. It's about power, progress, and proof that talent, when backed by opportunity, changes everything. She's not asking for permission. She's setting the pace. And now that the WNBA has seen what's possible with one star, there's no going back. The future isn't coming. It's already here. And Caitlyn Clark is leading it, million by million.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat. Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlyn Clark. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
There have always been the dominant teams. There is UConn. There is South Carolina. I think that the fact that Caitlyn Clark started on a team that did not have mind-blowing talent existing and brought that team to a championship really says something about you as a player. And when you are ranking players, you are ranking them as an individual unit rather than a team.
Caitlyn Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good. She's having Larry Bird impact. She's been the driving force of the hottest team in the entire league, despite her record turnovers. Why? Because she's that good. She's legit good. She's colorblind good. She's guilt-free good. She's apolitically good.